So some of the most hard-hitting quotes from the Age of Disclosure was David Grusch's famous quote that non-human biologics came with some of these discoveries. And when Grusch said non-human biologics, there was an audible gasp in the courtroom on that day in July 6, 2023. There's Grusch's quote that he has knowledge of people that have been killed over UFO secrecy, but he says, I have directed people with that knowledge to the appropriate authorities. I believe it was Congresswoman Nancy Mace that asked him point blank, do you know if people have been killed over secrecy of the program? And instead of saying no, he says, I have directed people with that knowledge to the appropriate authorities. There's David Fravor's quote, who said that this technology represents nothing we're even close to or nothing we will have in the next 20 years, and that they are likely probing our capabilities. There's Chris Mellon's free energy claims, where he says that non-combustion engineering and the pursuit of free energy could easily take over the oil, gas, and coal industries. And by that token, Tim Burchett says regarding UAP transparency that it would put the war pigs out of business. And then, of course, Harry Reid gets a shout out as well, who's one of the OGs. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid was one of the central figures, who's now deceased, but he's one of the key figures in modern government transparency regarding the UAP. There's Hal Puthoff at the end of the movie. He says, I never thought I'd see this day where this info was relayed to the public, and now that I have, I'm hopeful it will filter down into our society to where everyone realizes that the human species is in a melting pot of other species. And then Jay Stratton says, I hope American people will eventually know the full truth, but we are entitled to handle the baseline that we aren't alone. And Stratton also says, glaringly, I have seen with my own eyes non-human craft and non-human entities.